Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. We are back with the Cadillac Escalade Sport, doing some fun modifications to this car almost a year now after I've owned it. So if you are stopping by for the first time, stay tuned. There is a full 1-year update coming with the Cadillac Escalade. And this is truly a beautiful spec and a beautiful SUV. I've gotten so many compliments with this spec, with the black accents on the sport package complementing the radiant red exterior paint. And this video doesn't even show it. This car is actually very dirty. It is pollen season right now, and so trying to keep up with keeping the car clean is a little bit of a challenge, and I want to get this video out before a road trip, and more importantly, I want to do this modification before a road trip. And so you guys are seeing the Escalade in real time in kind of its normal, dirty, day-to-day daily driver form. And if you're wondering why the door is open on the Cadillac Escalade, you are going to find out as this video progresses why I have to leave that door open for 5 minutes. But in today's video, we are going to be installing the Z-Flash vehicle flasher on the Cadillac Escalade. Now, for those that know me outside of the channel, I am a sucker for strobes. I've put strobes on so many vehicles over the year. I actually used to install strobes as a part-time hobby for landscapers and plow truck drivers and friends, and I used to do a lot of strobe work back in like my college days. And I've worked with a lot of brands, Phoenix, Wayland, you name it, anything in the strobe game. I've worked with cheap brands like Extreme Tactical Dynamics, reputable brands such as Wayland and Phoenix, and so I have a good experience with a wide range of strobes, and I've always been a fan that these vehicles nowadays are very electronic driven, so you don't need to actually install as many hidden strobes like ions or vertexes, and you can leverage stuff like the Z Flasher module that intercepts the LCM using an external switch and an external flasher module to take advantage of a lot of the LED lights that the cars come with to make them strobe. And so we'll be leveraging a lot of the lights in the rear and a lot of the lights in the front that are already pretty bright to kind of give you a strobe effect on a vehicle. And I thought this would be a good product for me to review on the channel and share my thoughts and input. And first things first, I'm not associated with this company in any way. I paid what you guys as an end consumer would pay, so I'm giving you a genuine impression and review of the product, the buying experience, and the install. And first things first, right off the bat, the buying experience. You just have to be patient with the company. They are very, very good with their customer service, very responsive, very helpful. I did have to wait several weeks, if not a couple months, for the product to arrive from the time of purchase to the time of delivery. But along the way, the company was very, very transparent that they were just kind of overwhelmed with the supply and demand situation for this product, as it is very new for the Cadillac Escalade and the current generation of GM vehicles. So if you have a Suburban, or if you have a Tahoe, or if you have a Yukon, or your Sierra, or really any other large-scale General Motors vehicle, or Ram, or Chrysler, or Ford product, they make products for a long range of things. So check ultra bright lights down in the description below for a list of what products are available for your vehicle. So breaking down what comes in the box. What you get is some stickers, but apart from that, you get your flasher module and you get your T-harness. So this connects up to an existing connector. One goes into the in, one goes into the out, and the other connects to their flasher, which then connects to an override module with a switch for you to be able to turn on and off these strobe patterns for the vehicle. If for whatever reason you don't want to use the switch that comes with the package, you have a bunch of external wires for inputs and outputs to mount to custom momentary switches or on-off switches if that's something you want to do. Particularly on the Escalade, and for today's install, we won't really use any of these custom wires, but let's say you have a Super Duty that has a strobe light bar and you want to leverage for the lower vector strobes on the vehicle, the existing availability and functionality, then you can tie it all to one switch that turns on the factory integrated strobes with this package, along with any external strobes that you have if you want to sync them and so on. And then lastly, you have some very good robust instructions, and if we want to go through these real quick, all pretty straightforward. I'll walk through some of it in my install. I highly recommend reading the instructions, but it is relatively, actually it's all plug and play depending on your installation. And then you have a second page that kind of breaks down all the configurations, options, and light indications for the tool. So the big thing to note is on the flasher module, what you have on the back side, looking from left to right, is 6 switches that configure specific to your vehicle. And unfortunately, it's not focusing. There you go. You have on, off, up, and down from 1 through 6. And to understand what these do, they give you a pretty good breakdown. So disable high beam, low beam as a part of the strobe function, reverse lights, halogens or LEDs. That's if you have like a Tahoe versus an Escalade, depending on your application. And then some of the other options are disabling strobe mode and the fob for activating this remotely. And so if you want to take a look at this for the Escalade in particular, it looks like, and so just about everything is enabled and configured out of the box. Everything is ready out of the box for the Escalade, so for the most part this should be a plug-and-play installation. I won't unfortunately be able to show you exactly where the connector points are. I'll try my best to do so, but they're tucked away in most vehicles under the driver's side footwell area panel. So they give you a purplish harness and they say it's color match. Unfortunately, I think the Escalade is a little bit different colored. So the left row is your LCM and the right row is your BCM. Particularly to an Escalade, the BCM's got 8 plugs and the LCM has 5. So you want to take out from the LCM, which is the left row in the video here. Unfortunately, I am a little colorblind, but none of these are purple as well. So I think it's the second one in based on my call to support. So let's pull it out and compare pins. All right, so in case in your situation colors don't match up, definitely call the company and they'll be able to help you out and give you good guidance. Their customer support was spot on. I mean, within seconds, they had me on my merry way with my confusion. So huge shout out to the company, Ultra Bright Lights, really fantastic customer service. As you can see now, I have my one pigtail that I get to plug in my flasher module and I should be pretty good from there. All right, and just like that, it is installed. The car is now functioning in strobe mode. I went with pattern 2 over pattern 1. So here in this video, you can see pattern 2 kind of does like a quick sequential in the headlights and the high beams with a constant back and forth flash sync in the 2 parking lights. So a little bit of strobe action in the front, nothing crazy, but to put it in perspective, just to do this with hideaways and the high beam and the low beam and the parking lights, previously in previous non-electrical vehicles or in cars that doesn't have the capability for the LCM to be intercepted like this package allows you to do, this would be hundreds and hundreds of dollars in labor hours, plus, you know, vertexes are probably $150 a piece right now, so you're talking 6 vertexes, $600, $700 in strobe parts just for the front, plus the labor and running the wire is all available to you within a couple of minutes. Moving along to the back, you can kind of see over here, you have a really good pattern of kind of cross axes. You have the center that blinks a couple of times with the reverse lights coming on and the parking and brake lights all kind of giving a really nice pattern. I'll show some footage here at nighttime of this as well. All right, so to throw a little bit of night footage in here, first off, the Escalade looks beautiful at night. The running lights on the running board do shut off once the couple minutes have passed, but I think 60 seconds is what I have it set to. Very bright headlights, so this strobe functionality in the front end is pretty bright, but it's as easy as just hitting lock, unlock, lock, and unlock, and that kind of kicks off the full-blown strobe patterns. So you can see the high beams and the marker lights flash and then they kind of come on and off. So a good little pattern. I actually didn't know this during the daytime, but the side mirror lights also flash, which is a good side axis flash pattern to give a little bit more visibility along the side. As you can see in the rear, a good amount of flash pattern and lights in the rear, so it gives a little bit of visibility. This pattern's a little bit more stationary and not as consistent flashing, which I like. It's a good balance. The lights in the running boards and the door handles don't actually turn on or flash with this module. They're coming on and off right now because I'm stepping in and out of the proximity range. So what you see flashing is actually what is going to stay flashing. And as I walk away, the other lights are turning off. But you can see right now on the front, a ton of good flashing light. Obnoxiously bright, actually, with the headlights. So overall, very satisfied. But overall provides a nice little bit of security. Obviously, if this was a full protection detail vehicle or for any other real reason that you need strobes, you'd want to do stuff along the sides. I've previously done Ion series or dual or tri-colored lights on the sides, put something up in the side third view. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. You can add some additional lights custom up in the top windshield. I've done that in the past. But for a couple $100, allowing this as an option, just quick and easy single button setup, is pretty convenient, pretty easy, and pretty cool. So that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it informative and helpful if you're considering this product for your new General Motors vehicle, whether it's a Silverado, a Sierra, a Yukon, a Tahoe, a Suburban, really any large size GM full-size truck or SUV. This is a great dollar for dollar value in terms of what it gives you for strobe functionality, as you can see here. The company Ultra Bright Lights is truly great to deal with, has been a blast to work with. They've been really transparent and good communication from them, so I do appreciate their support in getting this install done. If I wasn't filming, this would be probably a 5-minute thing, 10-minute thing install, so total it took me about half hour with the filming effort put into place. So highly recommend this mod. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big old thumbs up. If you have not already, definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And as always, until the very next video, I look forward to seeing all of you in the comment section below.